If you find a hidden door inside your house, do not look inside, because what's breathing in the dark beneath this floorboard will haunt your nightmares. Tess arrives in a rundown, decaying neighborhood of Detroit for a job interview. It's pitch black, raining cats and dogs, and the lockbox on her rental home is empty. When she knocks, a man named Keith answers. They've both booked the same house through different apps. Tess is rightfully terrified and hesitant, but with no open hotel rooms in the entire city, she reluctantly accepts Keith's offer to stay the night. Keith takes the couch. Tess takes the bedroom. The tension in the air is thick enough to cut with a knife. Keith seems nice, maybe too nice. Is he a genuine guy just trying to be helpful? Or is he a calculating predator who engineered this whole setup? Tess manages to fall asleep, but in the dead of night, her bedroom door creaks open on its own. She hears heavy, frantic footsteps downstairs. Someone, or something, is in the house with them. The next morning, the sunlight reveals just how desolate the neighborhood is. Every other house is completely abandoned and rotting away. Tess goes to her interview, but when she returns, she gets chased into the house by a frantic, screaming local man. Shaken, she heads down to the basement to find some toilet paper. That's when the wind blows the basement door shut, locking her in the dark. As she searches for a way out, she pulls on a rope attached to a wall. A hidden door swings open, revealing a pitch-black, secret corridor. Armed only with her phone flashlight, Tess steps inside. She finds a windowless room containing a dirty mattress, a video camera on a tripod, and a bloody handprint on the wall. It looks like a makeshift dungeon. Tess panics, breaks out of the basement, and waits for Keith to return. But what happens next will change everything. The moment Keith pulls the basement door open, Tess bursts out into the kitchen, trembling and pale. She looks him dead in the eye and begs him to pack his bags so they can leave the house immediately. She tells him about the false wall, the camera, and the bloody handprint. But Keith doesn't buy it. He chuckles softly, trying to calm her down, and says, "Are you sure it's not just a utility room? Let me go down and check it out." Tess fiercely objects, but Keith insists, telling her to stay right at the top of the stairs where it's safe. Tess stands by the open kitchen door, her heart hammering against her ribs. Minutes pass. The entire house settles into a suffocating, dead silence. Tess paces the floor, the seconds feeling like hours. Unable to take the anxiety any longer, she steps to the edge of the void and calls out, "Keith, are you okay?" There is no answer, just an empty, hollow echo. She calls his name again, louder this time. Suddenly, a faint, muffled sound drifts up from the depths of the floorboards. It's Keith's voice, but it sounds completely wrong. Distorted, distant, and weak. Crying out, "Tess, help me!" Driven by guilt and worry, Tess goes back down. She enters the secret tunnel and discovers yet another hidden staircase, leading even deeper underground. The air gets heavier. The walls change to rough, damp concrete. Suddenly, she finds Keith, paralyzed with pure terror. Before she can pull him away, a massive, naked, severely deformed woman charges out of the shadows. With unnatural, monstrous strength, this creature grabs Keith and brutally smashes his head against the wall. Tess screams as the screen cuts to pitch black. Suddenly, the movie completely shifts gears, and the tone changes entirely. We are introduced to AJ, a wealthy, arrogant Hollywood actor driving a convertible in sunny California. His life is spiraling because he's just been accused of sexual assault by a co-star. Facing financial ruin, AJ decides to fly to Detroit to liquidate some of his properties, including the exact Airbnb Tess and Keith were staying in. AJ arrives at the house completely oblivious to the horror that occurred just hours prior. He finds Tess and Keith's luggage scattered around, assuming the guests just left a mess. While exploring the house to maximize its square footage for resale, he heads down to the basement. He finds the secret door, and instead of running away, he excitedly pulls out a tape measure, thinking he just hit the jackpot with extra square footage. As AJ happily measures the secret tunnel, the air suddenly freezes. Out of the pitch black, A massive, scarred hand reaches out and rips the tape measure right out of his fingers. Panicking, AJ bolts down the dark corridor, completely blind to where he's going, until the ground vanishes. He plummets down a hidden drop-off, crashing into a deep, dirt-covered pit. Shaken, he looks up to find Tess locked inside a rusted cage. She is traumatized, instantly whispering for him to be completely quiet. But AJ's arrogance kicks in. He refuses to listen and starts shouting for help. The mother materializes from the shadows, but instead of killing them, her deeply corrupted mind views them as her babies. She approaches Tess's cage first, forcing a dirty baby bottle into her mouth. Tess, knowing resistance means death, reluctantly drinks. But when the mother turns to AJ and tries to force the bottle into his mouth, AJ fights back, screaming in disgust. Angered by his defiance, the mother grabs AJ by his leg and violently drags him out of the pit into a separate room to force-feed him. Seizing this chaotic distraction, Tess manages to break out of her cage and climbs her way out of the subterranean labyrinth, escaping into the morning sun to find help. The movie flashes back to the 1980s, revealing the sickening origin of the house. We see a man named Frank, a polite-looking suburbanite who was actually a horrific serial killer and kidnapper. Frank spent decades snatching women from the streets and keeping them in his massive underground bunker. The mother is the product of decades of severe inbreeding and horrific abuse inside those tunnels. Back in the present day, AJ discovers a dying, elderly Frank in a hidden room. Overwhelmed by his sins and the collapse of his underground empire, Frank shoots himself in the head. Tess manages to escape up a ventilation shaft and makes it out to the street. Tess encounters two police officers outside, but they dismiss her frantic stories as the ramblings of a crazy person. Realizing no one is coming to save them, Tess makes a brave, terrifying choice. Sitting alone in her rental car, she suddenly spots the mother emerging from the house. Tess slams her foot onto the gas pedal, using her own vehicle as a weapon to ram straight into the monster. The brutal impact blindsides the creature, giving Tess the perfect window of opportunity to sprint back into the house, descend into the dark, and rescue AJ before fleeing to the water tower. Together, they flee the property, sprinting toward a massive, abandoned water tower in the neighborhood. They begin scaling the steel structure, but the mother recovers with monstrous speed, climbing the beams right behind them. Caught at the top of the lethal drop, AJ's survival instinct turns into pure, sickening cowardice. He looks at the woman who just risked her life to save him, grabs her, and violently hurls Tess off the edge of the tower, using her as live bait to distract the beast. The mother leaps off the tower after her. In midair, the creature wraps her arms around Tess, using her own massive, mutated body as a shield to absorb the brutal, bone-crushing impact with the ground. Both figures collapse into the dirt, completely motionless. Assuming the massive drop killed the monster, AJ climbs down the tower. He finds Tess badly injured, but alive. In an act of pure sociopathic narcissism, he completely sweeps his betrayal under the rug, acting overjoyed that she survived. But his delusion is violently cut short. Behind him, the mother snaps back to life. Before AJ can even turn around, the creature lunges, brutally gouging his eyes out and crushing his skull, instantly ending the life of Hollywood's true barbarian. The mother's twisted maternal instinct kicks in when she sees the injured Tess. She gently cradles Tess, trying to protect her. But Tess knows this nightmare has to end. She finds a dropped pistol, points it at the mother, and pulls the trigger, ending the cycle of horror once and for all. As the sun rises, Tess stumbles out into the empty streets alone, bringing the movie to an end. Thanks for watching.